I made 1.1 million in the trading my own capital. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you are missing in a trading and what you have to do to move further and get into the same money as I did. Right? So don't expect any special or secret strategy. It's not about that. But I will show you the exact step by step what you need to do, what you are missing, where you have distraction, how to put the traction and how to get there. Before we get into this video, I'm going to show you right now live on my account that I have made this profit, so you trust me that it's real, that it's not just another fucking YouTuber who's telling you bullshit but never shows the result. First of all, you can see the results right now. It's from my FX Blue, which is connected to my account. And right now I'm going to show you on my accounts here. As you can see, it's all real accounts, right? On my name, and the biggest one is on my company name, right? So in here, it's the last 3 months, and I'm going to put it into the 6 years. So since 2018 until now, you can see I made $217K on this account, right? You see, it makes me smile. Next one is this one, and again we have the same period. It's $219K, which is together $440. Right now, let's check the last account, which is this one, the biggest one here. I'm still waiting for the withdrawal, a little bit nervous. If you want to see if they will pay it or not, join my Discord because I will definitely update in there. So let's check it. It's a 675 in this same period since 2018 till 2025, right? So it's a 1.1 million if you counted it, right? So right now, if you calculated 1.1 million in a 6 year, it's quite good money, but it's not really something like really very good, right? To be honest, the most of the gains has happened since I divorced and I start to focus on myself and I went to the ghost mode, or let's say a monk mode. And this is exactly what I will explain you right now. You are probably in a trading for some time that it's long enough to give up, but you also trying too hard to learn. So you're watching a new videos, you're looking for a new strategies, right? Still watching the videos, self-development videos. It's all great, you're doing the work. And I know it feels really good that watching these motivational, these about the trading. But in the fact, until you start to taking a notes about those strategy, about those videos, and by the way, you should have also right now pen and paper and take the notes what I'm going to telling you right now, right? So let's get back into it. If you watch any videos, whoever videos it is, if it is mine or from my basic trading camp or from the full course, doesn't matter, and you are not taking the notes with the hand, you're not drawing the things, you're not writing down everything possible about a strategy, about your development, you're not developing anything, and you are actually just a self-development junkie, right? As I said, it feels very good to listen to the podcast, to watch the videos about the trading, maybe you need another ICT video. No, you don't. You need to put in the action and you need to create your strategy. Whatever strategy it is, I can give you one in my free base camp. It's completely free, and from that you will learn enough to be successful in the trading, right? But still, just watching my free base camp is not enough. You need to make your notes and put it into the action, right? That's a first step, that you understand that strategy, right? But it's not enough. Understanding it really feels good, it's alright, but it's not enough. Now, when you have the materials, this is where it really starts, right? So right now we are going to put it into the action, right? We will change it. We will make you market killer right now. And it's not just by understanding it. If you made all these notes, you can go into this step, right? We want to learn this new skill which is going to change your life, your financial situation, and your social status. Now you're guessing right. It's not gonna be easy, right? And why? Because it takes time, right? And you need to find this time in your 24 hours day, right? And we will right now look where we will find this time. First, we need to remove few things which are really not worth our time, especially if you want to learn something, right? So what we're going to remove? Social media scrolling, it's a first thing, right? Put on your phone a timer which will be showing you how much time you spend on the social media and on the phone overall, right? Where you are watching the news or social media. You will find out that if you have there 3 hours a day on a phone, that's your time which is holding you back from being profitable trader, right? But that's not all. You will need more, right? So what we're gonna cut also, we are going a monk mode, ghost mode. You're going to disappear right now. It's important for at least 90 days, right? Now if you're saying, oh, 90 days, I cannot do that, then stop this video and bye-bye. Trading is not for you and you don't want it hard enough. But if you want to, what else you will have to cut? Phone, news in the phone, right? News in the television. When we are talking about the television, you don't need Netflix. Cancel it, right? Watching these bullshits, it's not your time right now. Also, you will have to cut a party, alcohol, maybe drugs, right? All of these things has to go away. Vodka. I'm kidding. Actually, since I stopped drinking and just focusing on that, I was like, okay, maybe it's temporary to quitting the parties. While I was actually a techno DJ, so almost every weekend playing somewhere, right, having a lot of friends like that, I cut that all. I said like, it's temporary, I will just learn trading. And then I realized that I never came back, right? Anyway, you cut all of these things, right? Maybe you will also have to cut friends for some time at least, right? You obviously don't want to go like a social disconnected person, right? Social contacts are very important for our health, right? But you want something, you want really badly, you need to cut it for some time, right? So again, what we're gonna cut? We are going to cut social media, television, news, friends, parties, alcohol, right? So we are going to cut all of these things and we are going to implement a new things, because right now we are going to have a little bit more time. And right now, when you have your strategy defined very well, what we are going to do is a 1 hour daily backtesting. 1 hour walks outside in the nature without headphones, without a phone. It's important because when you are working without these distractions in the nature, you are vibrating with the nature, and this is where your brain is working best, and this is where you figure out, right? So when you're doing the backtesting and then you're going outside and you are focused just on the backtesting and your strategy and the trading, you also thinking about it, right? You get passionate and your brain will figure out a lot of things. I have to tell you that I actually figured out a lot of things on these my walks, right? So we have 1 hour backtesting, 1 hour walks. We're gonna have one book, 30 minutes a day at least reading, but it's going to be proper reading. I'm currently reading this book, it's called Indestructible, right? But also what I'm doing with the books, as I told you, same with the videos, not just a reading, also taking a notes from that, right? Because putting it into the action. And the books, if you're not reading, you are making a huge mistake, right? Imagine this author has done a few years, right? He's been doing a few years research to put it all into the one book which you can read in the 3 weeks. It's amazing, right? So you're reading someone else's experience in this short time, right? So you're saving a lot of time. And also when you're reading, you're actually training your focus, right? Your mind is relaxed. You training your focus. It's important for a trading. Same it is when you're doing this walking outside without the phone and you focusing, you are conscious right now in that moment, right? It's also training your focus. Same when you do the backtesting, right? Imagine how powerful it is, right? So we have a backtesting, walking, reading, and then you add a meditation, right? 20 minutes a day. Meditation is actually very easy, right? It's not complicated. And also, again, you don't need any YouTube meditations for the headphones, right? You just close your eyes and you're focusing on your breath and you're trying to let out your thoughts, right? They will be always coming back, but you just try to let them out and focus. You just focus on your breath and on your current moment, right? You will feel how you release the stress, how you focusing, how your mind is getting stronger. It's not gonna be easy, right? Meditation has to be practiced, and once you practice that more and more, you will be able to do that, right? When you're starting, you will realize that you are going to meditate, and then you realize that you are thinking about something, that you are completely away, and you forgot that you've been meditating. It's absolutely normal, right? It needs a practice, right? And the one last thing will be a training, right? You need to do something what pumps your blood, right? And keeps you healthy, right? And also I should add a healthy food, right? If you are a man, you should have a lot of protein, right? You should cut the sugars and try to stay fit, right? So right now, as I told you all of these things, what you need to do, hope you've been taking a notes. Right now, you need to write this, right? It's a letter to yourself where you will write down something like, me, my name, I'm going to do this for the next 90 days because this is my goal. I want to do it because of this and that. Once I reach my goal, it will change my life like this. I hate this on my current life, da 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 da. You will write everything, right? You can think about that. The first version doesn't have to be a final. And then you will sign it with the date that you're promising to yourself, right? Now you made a contract with yourself, right? You make a promise, right, that you are going to do that, right? But now we need to make implementations, right? That's why I have this, right? This is what is going to create a traction. It's simply weekly schedule, right? So we need to find our time for these activities which will make you a better trader. We already have our strategy, right? But how we gonna do that? You've been might thinking right now, okay, this is all nice, but how I'm gonna do that? I don't have time, I have work and all these things. I completely get it. Not everyone can just right now start to do these things, right? Because you have a lot of money. You probably have a family. You have the responsibilities also. So how you start? You simply go to my Discord. You can download the schedule, you can print it, or you can create it by yourself. But trust me, do it with the paper and pen. Don't do it into the Google Calendar. That's bullshit, because this computer is again another distraction, right? So first thing you need to do right now is to write there the most important thing which you cannot stop doing, right? So maybe let's say it could be work, right? It could be work from 9 to 5, right? So we have the hours in here, right? So I'm going to write a work from the 9 to 5, maybe from the Monday to Friday, right? 9 to 5, right? That's your work. That's when you cannot do the activities. This is where I'm going to be working, right? Let's say if I am trying to make this, right? Maybe I need 1 hour or maybe 1 hour and a half before I get to my work, because I need to wake up, maybe help my kids, you know, to get into the school or whatever, right? So maybe another 1 hour and a half before the morning, right? I also don't have a time. And then maybe after the work, until I get home or I have some family time, you know, you really need to plan it to create attraction so you can eliminate distraction, right? So you mark it up in here, right? And whatever is your responsibilities you have to do, you put them in there, right? But you're not gonna put there the things like watching the news, watching the social media, watching the movies, you know, going parties, right? These are now eliminated. We want to be trader, right? So it might looks like that, right? Maybe you have a girlfriend, right? And now listen, if your girlfriend is not supporting you, if you want to do this, leave her. I'm sorry. It is a difficult decision, but you need to let her go away, right? I did it multiple times and it was best decision because it's my life. I'm not gonna do something what someone tell me, and I'm not gonna stay with someone who is not supporting me in my dreams, right? You need to make this straight with the person you maybe are right now, because that person may be holding you back, right? So what is our time right now? So let's say we have to wake up at 7, right? So where we are going to put our backtesting? We need 1 hour backtesting, we need a reading book, we need a meditation, we need a training, we need the walks, right? So let's say, just my tip, right? If you wake up 4:30, you need to wake up 4:30. To be honest, I'm still waking up at 4:30, right? So you wake up at 4:30 and you can start with the 20 minutes meditation, right? I'm putting it in here and planning it for every day, even on the weekends, right? If you are going to learn this, you need to you need to do your best to do that every fucking day, right? 4:30 meditation. Then you can start to do your 1 hour backtesting, or you can do the training. Now, about the training, it doesn't have to be gym, heavy lifting, right? To be honest, for me recently, I started to do more training with my own weight and it's working for me better than gym. I do the gym twice a week, but still working with my personal body weight, it's better, right? So if you do every day 50 push-ups, 50 squats and 50 crunches, it's enough, it's great. If you do that on the morning, perfect, right? So you wake up 4:30, you do 20 minutes meditations, then you do this training, it can take you another 20 minutes, right? So it's a 5 o'clock, 10 minutes, right? Then, of course, you need to do the teas, you know, maybe you make a tea, but you don't open your phone. Don't touch your phone on the mornings until you have done your backtesting and reading, right? Then you go backtesting for 1 hour. So it's 6:10, right? And then you still have 30 minutes and you put reading, right? And you do that every day. Every day in here, you do these things on the morning. So then you have it. You wake up, you have a 20 minutes meditation, right? It's the best to start a day with the meditation because you can also program how you all can do that, right? So you do the meditation, then you do the backtesting, then you do quick training, right? Can be at home, and then you do a reading and you are done, and then you can start your day. You have your day, you go work, you come out from the work, you have the family time, and then you go out for your walk again without the phone, without everything. You are going outside alone with your mind, with yourself, and you thinking. You will see that if you do these things on the morning, you will have a lot to think about when you go for these walks, right? And you will be thinking about this. Also in the work, because I believe if you want to be a trader and you do some work, you probably don't like that work too much. You will be also thinking about the trading in the work, right? So what's the goal of doing all of these things? It's to make you obsessed with it. You really need to be obsessed, right? For at least 90 days. And you will see, if you do backtest of your strategy every fucking day, 1 hour, you will start to see things after the 2 weeks. You will completely change, because I bet that most of you have not been doing that, and that's why you are still, after the 5 years, only around the trading but not moving anywhere, right? Trust me, your time is running out, And if you don't start to doing that, no success. No backtesting, no success. No journaling, no success. And if you want my trading journal, look into the description because there is going to be a link for my journal. Right now, we have all the things, right? But it's not complete yet. So what we have? You have your strategy. You have your letter where you promised you're gonna do that. You have your plan. Right now, what you need to do, you need to follow your plan. So you also need to create something like this, which is your habit meter, right? So you have the plan, what you're going to do, and now you need to measure that. Where you are going to put all these things. You will put them on the wall in your room so you can see that every day and you can track how you are progressing, right? So in here, you will write, because you are going to wake up on the 4:30, you need to go sleep quite early, which is something around 9:30 p.m. So you need to start with this. If you want to have a successful day, you need to start with going sleep early and with the good sleep, right? So you need to start sleep early if you are going to wake up early, because there's no time for the Netflix until the midnight, something like that, right? So once you come from your work, you are going to sleep 21:30, and you also need to put it there, because once you forgot, you're not gonna wake up early as you promised to yourself, right? And everything is gone. So everything starts the day before. You need to go sleep 21:30. You're maybe not used to it yet, but you will get used to. Once you start doing these works, you will be tired and you will be happy to go sleep at 21:30, right? So sleeping 21:30, then waking up 4:30, right? All of these, you need to track it if you're really following it, right? Then backtesting, reading, exercise, right? And then again, walks, and you can put more things, right? Reading, taking your notes, writing a journal, right? Backtesting and all of these things, right? So yeah, that's the things which you need to do. Now, in this habit meter, you can see I'm putting a green and red, right? What does it mean? Green is that I made it. The red is that I didn't, right? It's normal. That's a life, right? Maybe you have kids, or maybe you have something which can take you from making that habit in the day, right? But your goal should be not to miss 2 days. Right? You can see I have a lot of reds in here. Why? Because I have put a lot of habits, right? I've been too tough to myself. Right now I have much less things, right? And I am much more consistent, right? Because I'm focusing to just the most important things, right? So again, let me know in the comments if you learned something from this video. Don't hesitate to join my Discord and ask me anything for the journal, for the free course, right? For the strategy, you maybe don't have it, I can help you with all of this, right? And of course, hit the like and subscribe for more trading tips, my friends. I believe in you that everyone can make it, but you really need to disappear and come back strong, right? Remove all of these bullshit. It doesn't matter what the Trump says, all of these things. It's just all a distraction, distraction here, distraction there, right? Focus on yourself. Ignore others, right? It's your life and you can do it.